Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we have something truly special, a battle of epic proportions, a clash of automotive titans. In one corner, representing value, practicality, and the everyday hero, we have this, a 10-year-old budget-friendly hatchback that's seen more grocery runs than a supermarket trolley. It costs less than a fancy new TV, but it runs, it drives, and it's got a whole lot of heart. And in the other corner, a legend, a dream machine, a symphony of engineering and speed. This is the pinnacle of automotive performance, a handcrafted supercar with a roaring V12 engine, a price tag that could buy a whole street of houses, and looks that could stop traffic. So, the question is simple, just how big is the gap between a $1,000 runaround and a $1 million hypercar? We're not just going to talk about it, we're going to find out. We've set up a series of challenges to push both these cars to their absolute limits. It's the ultimate David versus Goliath showdown. Let's get started. Our first challenge is the classic 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint. It's all about raw acceleration. The supercar is obviously the favorite here. With its launch control and earth-shattering horsepower, it's designed for this. Our little hatchback, well, its user manual probably lists its 0 to 60 time as eventually. Let's see what happens. Supercar first. The sound alone is an event. The engine screams, the tires bite, and it's gone. Just a blur. The official time is a mind-bending 2.8 seconds. Absolutely incredible. Now, it's our little hero's turn. We're going to give it everything it's got. Okay, foot to the floor. The engine buzzes with effort, the car lurches forward, and we're moving. It's not fast, but it's determined, and the time is 12.4 seconds. Okay, no surprises there. Round 1 goes decisively to the supercar. Next up, a braking test from 60 to 0. This is all about stopping power and safety. Powerful brakes are just as important as a powerful engine. The supercar is equipped with massive carbon ceramic brakes, technology straight from the racetrack. Let's see them in action. We'll accelerate to 60 and then slam on the brakes at the marker. The car stops with unbelievable force. It feels like hitting a wall. The stopping distance is incredibly short. A clear demonstration of world-class engineering. Now for the hatchback. It has standard disc brakes up front and drum brakes in the back. They've worked fine for daily driving, but how will they handle an emergency stop? Here we go, up to 60, and brake. The tires squeal in protest, the anti-lock braking system pulses, and the car comes to a safe, controlled stop. It took a lot longer, leaving a much longer strip of rubber on the tarmac. Another clear win for the supercar. So far, it's dominating the performance tests, as you'd expect. But cars aren't just about speed and stopping. Challenge number 3 is practicality. Which car is easier to live with every day? First up, the grocery test. We have a full cart of groceries, including some bulky items. Let's try to fit them in the supercar. We open the front trunk, or frunk, and it's tiny. We can maybe fit 1 bag, maybe 2 if we squish the bread. The rest, I guess it's riding in the passenger seat. Not ideal. Now, the hatchback. We open the rear hatch, and it's a cavernous space in comparison. We can fold the rear seats down for even more room. All the groceries fit in easily, with space to spare. For a trip to the supermarket, the cheap car wins, hands down. Let's continue on the practicality theme with our next test, navigating a tight parking garage and finding a spot. The supercar is incredibly wide and has a very low front splitter. Every ramp is a potential nightmare, scraping that expensive carbon fiber. The turning circle is huge, making tight corners a multi-point turn ordeal, and finding a parking spot wide enough to open those dramatic scissor doors without hitting the car next to you. Good luck. Now the hatchback. It's small, nimble, and has great visibility. It zips up the ramps without a care. The tight turning circle makes maneuvering a breeze. We can fit into almost any parking spot, even those compact ones everyone else avoids. For city living and everyday errands, the humble hatchback is proving to be the undisputed champion. It's a lot less stressful to drive in the real world. Now for a challenge that combines a bit of everything, the comfort test. We're going on a 1-hour drive that includes city streets, bumpy roads, and a stretch of highway. How do they compare? In the supercar, the ride is firm. You feel every single bump in the road. The racing-style bucket seats are supportive, but not exactly plush. The engine is loud, constantly reminding you of the power on tap, which is exciting for a few minutes but can get tiring on a longer journey. It's an intense, focused experience. Now, we'll do the same route in the hatchback. The suspension is much softer, soaking up the bumps with ease. The cloth seats are comfortable, like a favorite armchair. It's quieter, more relaxed. You can listen to the radio or have a conversation without shouting. For a daily commute or a long road trip, there's no question the cheap car offers a far more comfortable and civilized experience. Let's talk about one of the biggest factors for any car owner: running costs. This isn't a test we can do in one day, but the numbers speak for themselves. An oil change for the supercar costs thousands of dollars. A new set of tires is the price of a decent used car. And the fuel economy. You measure it in gallons per mile, not miles per gallon. Insurance costs are astronomical. For the hatchback, an oil change is a simple DIY job or a cheap visit to a local mechanic. Tires are affordable. It sips fuel, getting fantastic mileage. And insurance is a fraction of the cost. Over a year of ownership, you could buy several more hatchbacks for the cost of simply maintaining the supercar. So, in the battle of the wallets, the cheap car wins by a landslide. It's not even a contest. Our final, and perhaps most important challenge, is the fun factor. Which car puts a bigger smile on your face? The supercar is pure adrenaline. The acceleration pushes you back in your seat. The sound of the engine is a masterpiece, and the way it corners is like it's glued to the road. Driving it is a special event, an unforgettable experience. It makes you feel like a racing driver every time you get behind the wheel. The sheer drama and sense of occasion are off the charts. It's thrilling, exhilarating fun. But what about the little hatchback? You might think it can't compete here, but you'd be wrong. There's a different kind of fun to be had. You can drive it at 10/10, pushing it to its absolute limit without breaking the speed limit or being a public menace. You can throw it into corners, feel the tires just starting to lose grip, and icily control it. It's a car you don't have to worry about. A scratch in a parking lot is annoying, not a financial catastrophe. You can take it anywhere, on any road, without fear. There's a simple, carefree joy in driving a car that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a different, more accessible kind of fun. So, after all our challenges, what's the verdict? The supercar is an engineering marvel. It's faster, it stops better, and it has a presence that nothing else can match. It's a dream, a work of art on wheels. But the cheap car, our humble hatchback, won in practicality, comfort, and running costs. And honestly, it was surprisingly fun in its own way. The real winner depends on what you're looking for. If you want the ultimate thrill and have a limitless budget, the supercar is your champion. But for the 99.9% of us living in the real world, who need to buy groceries, find parking, and not go bankrupt from a single service, the cheap car is the true hero. It proves that you don't need to spend $1 million to have a reliable, useful, and even fun car. And that's a pretty amazing thing. Thanks for watching this epic showdown. Let us know in the comments which car you would choose. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you then.